Good afternoon, guys, and welcome to Hot Jobs at HireMilitary. It is so lovely to see you this afternoon. Welcome back. And if this is your first time with us, thank you so much for joining. We're really glad to have you. And if you are one of our OG followers, listeners, viewers, it's so great to have you back. Really lovely to see you. We would love to know who's here with us today. So before you say hi and you put a shout out in the comments, which is absolutely what we want you to do, please tell us where you are listening in from and the sorts of roles that you are looking for and the locations that you're looking for as well. Hey, Aaron, San Antonio, let's talk about that. Bjorn, hi, good afternoon. It's lovely to see you as well. We take all of the information that you share with us every single week in terms of location and the job titles, and we utilize that as collateral and information when we are talking to prospective strategic partners across corporate America. We want to represent you. We want to give you the best possible service that we can. And in order to be able to do that, we need to do our research and our due diligence. So what better way to capture that information than asking you today? Brent, hi. Angela, hi. Deepesh, hi. Lovely to see you. Some of you may have met us before, some of you may not. So let me introduce myself. I am Lucy Robinson. I head up the talent acquisition team here at HireMilitary. What that actually means is I look after the SkillBridge piece as well as the direct hire. Gosh, everybody is coming in now. Chad, lovely to see you. Dan, Gustav, Michael. I am an active duty Air Force spouse, and we are currently stationed at Eielson Air Force Base in the interior of Alaska, where yet again, red flag is coming to you. So we have the Australian fighter jets. We have our jets. We have so many jets up. So if you can hear them, I'm very sorry for the interruption, but you guys, that's our sound of freedom. Amber, what about you?
Thanks, Lucy. I'm very happy to be here with you guys today and sharing some opportunities. My name's Amber. I'm on the recruiting team. Air Force veteran and military spouse now, so I kind of have been through both, right? I feel like military spouse life longer than I was active duty, but still know that and understand that struggle and those road bumps and everything else that comes along. So I am joining from San Antonio today. Very excited to be sharing some opportunities this afternoon. Matt, over to you.
Hi, thank you, Amber. I'm Matt, so I'm one of the recruiters here with HireMilitary. I'm located in Tennessee. Spent about 17 years in the Marine Corps, did a little bit of early retirement, was able to recently relocate to Tennessee. It's great to be here. I have a whole bunch of new positions, taken a lot this week, so I'm looking forward to sharing everything with everybody. Please, connect with us on LinkedIn and let us know what we can try to do for you. Buff?
Hello, guys and girls out there. My name is Before Agby, SkillBridge recruiter with HireMilitary. Still somewhat the newest addition. We have some folks in the pipeline coming up in the recruiting realm. My name is Before Agby, SkillBridge recruiter up here in Tacoma, Washington, Pacific Northwest. It's a little chilly out here, so I'm representing with the sun just came out, and of course it would. But I'm glad to be here. 20 years in the Army as a medic in the healthcare industry. And I'm taking a dip into the talent acquisition realm, and I'm loving it. I got some great positions to share with you today. I'm going to focus on a company called Masonite. Looking forward to it.
And we are so excited to, Buff. You're saying it's a bit chilly there. I'm sure that Alaska can beat you this morning. We're 57 degrees and cloudy at 10:03 in the morning. What about you?
I didn't get the weather report. The Air Force report didn't come through, so yeah.
Hey, Amber, weather girl, what's the weather in the Washington state this morning?
I think you might have that app on your phone, Buff.
So I wanted to say hi to Melissa. This is your first live today. Lovely to see you. And Stuart, you said you're in LA. Are there any entertainment jobs? The quick answer to that is no, not today. However, we have a great entertainment client in LA and New York City, one that everybody has heard of. So let's connect with you and let's have that conversation, because there's definitely potentially something that we can do with your resume or, have a chat with you about. So we're here for the whole of the military community, transitioning service members, spouses, and veterans. And we really, like I said earlier, want to support you. So we need to know what you are looking for. As we go through the roles today, I want to be clear, first of all, because every single week we get this question because we start off with our SkillBridge internship opportunities. And so people are asking, is it just SkillBridge? Absolutely not. Buff will start with our SkillBridge ops, and then the rest of us will come through to you with the direct hire, the permanent roles that we are sharing, that we are supporting our corporate partners across the US. They come to us specifically because they want to leverage our connections in the military demographic, in the military world, and they ideally and preferably for the roles that we have would love to hire from the military talent pool. So like I said just now, that could be a spouse, that could be a veteran or a transitioning service member. So as we go through today, we will be sharing a sort of a headline, a highlight reel of the roles that we have. Across the direct hire piece, the permanent vacancies, we have in excess of 120 vacancies as it stands right now on our website. And on the SkillBridge side, about the same. So if you don't hear what you are specifically looking for, absolutely go to our website, which is HireMilitary.us, and see if there is anything for you there. If you are interested in one of the roles that we share today, pop a note in the comment, say which role, because when you say this one, when we go back later, we don't know which one that one is. So say which role, and then one of us will connect with you and give you the link to see more information. And we give you a headline, a top line view of these roles today. So we don't give you too much, just a short teaser so that you know the sorts of roles and the locations that we are recruiting in. So let's get going. Before, over to you. What have you got for us today?
Well, hello. Before I get started, a brief overview for the newcomers on SkillBridge. Essentially, your last 180 days of service, you're eligible for a SkillBridge internship with the company. A new DoD memorandum came out that says within that 180 days, you get to serve 120 days with that company and actively participate in the internship. And we found 97% of our folks land a next career once they're placed with the company that they roll with. So it's a great success story, great success rates. The company I'd like to talk about today is Masonite. They're a nationwide door manufacturer for residential and commercial spaces. Their motto is doors that do more. They do more. At first glance, I was like, what, just a door company? No, they're fantastic. What I love about them is they have a veterans leadership development program. Their website is masonite.com. You can look it up. And it's on our site as well, HireMilitary.us. The first position I'd like to share, it's multiple roles, is the maintenance production supervisor positions. Again, multiple with Masonite, and the locations are going to be in Ohio, Iowa, and Virginia. Maintenance production supervisor, management supervision in our industry comment category on our website. The next position is going to be, again, kind of bundled up in multiple locations, is in the lean. They're a lean engineer process improvement realm. So you got the lean engineer, you got the manufacturing engineer, and the process improvement engineer. Again, with Masonite, multiple locations, Iowa, Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina, specifically in North Carolina and Charlotte, if you're interested. And the last role, specifically with Masonite, is the EHS supervisor, is the environmental health safety supervisor in Greenville, Texas. This is where you partner with the plant leadership, and you pretty much meet the organizational goals based off keeping employees safe. So if you have a background in that, what they're required for qualifications in that position is a BA or BS in safety engineering or occupational safety, industrial hygiene, or in engineering or management. And for this location in Greenville, Texas, they are preferring someone bilingual as well. That's the roles I have for Masonite. But I'd like to talk additionally about Masonite because they're such a great organization. Again, is their Veteran Leadership Development Program, VLDP. Jake from Masonite, their talent acquisition recruiter, is in our comments. And you can type in Masonite roles and he'll get back to you as well as we progress for internship opportunities. But in there, they have like 12-step program. They start you by onboarding you, not just putting you into work and getting suspense dates and projects done. They onboard you and show you what they do as a company, their history, and they welcome you as a culture and a family. It's really well. We've had one candidate come drive all the way from Alaska and landed in Tennessee, and they welcomed him and onboarded him, and he's loving it so far. So more to follow on that. They also partner you with a mentor during your onboarding. So you're not just left out there learning it by and flapping by yourself, so to speak. You learn each department's processes. You get to run the equipment. You get to troubleshoot on the production floor. So you kind of get a dry run before you get to get into your role. Also, you get regularly scheduled touch points with the hiring manager. You get LinkedIn learning. You get a couple virtual courses. And after about 6 to 12 months, you can get Lean Six Sigma Yellow Belt certified, all paid for by them. And then throughout the duration, they're at HireMilitary support group that meet once a month, that you meet with mentors and people that in the organization that are veterans. So it's a fantastic veterans leadership development program with Masonite. Again, that's Masonite. Love to talk about them. If you're interested, type it in the comments. And that's all I have, Lucy.
Oh my gosh, that was plenty. And we've already got people who are interested. Thank you so much, Before. I really appreciate that. And just as an aside, if you have any questions that you would like to ask us at all to do with your transition, obstacles, challenges, or experiences that you are feeling or seeing whilst you are applying for roles, please do drop those in the chats too, because as we go along, we make notes of those and we endeavor to acknowledge and answer as many as we possibly can at the end. For example, we already have one, and that was from Ashley. She said, are there any remote roles? She's in Boston, Massachusetts. Actually, we have a Boston, Massachusetts administrative role and an administrative remote role based out of Boston. So if that's of interest to you, Ashley, definitely do hit another comment and we will connect with you. Somebody else asked if we've got any jobs in the Bay Area. I will be sharing some of those in a second as well. So we have a lot for everybody. But like I said today, this is absolutely just our highlight reel. So if you are looking for something that we have, I will, or one of us will acknowledge that as well. But let me go over to Amber and she can start sharing our permanent opportunities. Amber, what do you got?
Yes, thanks, Lucy. I'll just share a couple of our I think 130 positions we have right now. So the first one I'm going to start off with this afternoon is a cybersecurity consultant. This position is remote. It does have a travel element that's required with it. And you would be working with our client that creates connected technologies that transform cities and enrich lives. So in this cybersecurity consultant position, they do want somebody that lives near a major airport, as well as somebody that has experience with IT and OT convergence. In particular, 3 to 5 years of that operational technology with experience in Microsoft Active Directory in that OT atmosphere. So those will be just a few of their primary qualifications. But again, this position does require you to be near a major airport for the travel component. You could expect to really hold that technical consultant, sort of position, very customer facing in this cybersecurity consultant position. So if you're interested and you feel like you meet those qualifications, feel free to drop the job title cybersecurity consultant in the chat. I'll reach out to you after. If you have specific questions, I'm also happy to answer those. But the next position that I have to share today is a cloud infrastructure engineer. This position is out of the Chicago metro area. And our client is a leader in the metal distribution industry. So they're a little bit of an older company. They have a very, very rich history that comes along, and they have locations with the company nationwide. This one particularly is in Chicago, though. So in this role, you'll be responsible for building and managing the cloud infrastructure systems for their organization. Some of the requirements include 2 to 3 years of direct experience or related projects with AWS or Azure cloud systems, and also, of course, strong customer service and support skills. So that's a cloud infrastructure engineer out of Chicago. Again, if you're interested in that, please drop it in the chat and I'll reach out following our live. I do want to mention one more position. It's not live yet. We have a project manager position that is remote. It will require some travel to Pierce, South Dakota, and it's in the healthcare industry. So this person will be implementing a new immunization information system, also serving as a technical consultant for the project as a whole. So it's a project manager listed as remote, does have some travel. It's not live yet, but it will be this afternoon. So if you're interested, drop it in the chat. I'll reach out once it's live and share a link for you to apply. So again, that's just 3 of our current positions. Matt has more to share. I'll hand it over to you, Matt.
All right, Amber, thank you again. Those are awesome. I have a couple of different opportunities I want to share. The first group of them rather is going to be in Warren, Ohio. And I did see a few folks that are looking for Ohio. I saw, I think, 2 comments. So I'm just going to kind of share multiple positions, but this company, they focus on damage restoration and construction. They've earned a reputation as a #1 in the cleanup and restoration industry. Anything water damage, specialty cleaning, mold, anything like that. They're looking for a whole bunch of different positions. Again, in the Warren, Ohio area, anything from accounts receivable, construction laborers, construction project managers, drywall finishers, inside sales, crew chiefs, and there's also a sales position, but that one is over in Cleveland, Ohio. Again, all of these are located in the Warren, Ohio, except for that last sales rep position is in Cleveland. But if you're in that Warren area, it's just kind of like southeast of Cleveland. Drop it in the chat, any one of those positions, or go onto the website, HireMilitary.us. It has them all listed on there. They're posted last night. It's very new. They're definitely looking for some good quality folks to be joining the team. The next ones I'm going to share a couple different positions. The first one is a production supervisor, Salina, Kansas, and Stillwell, Oklahoma. So I think a very large national multi-billion-dollar company manufacturing quality food products, home delivery, retail, grocery, food services. Production supervisors, you're training and developing subordinates. You could be responsible for conducting interviews and hiring employees. The cool thing about this, they do want somebody with a degree, but they're fine with somebody with a high school diploma. So think, the NCOs coming out of the military, you're used to leading 20 to 30 people. That's what you would be doing. You'd be leading and developing teams of people that you're with a company that really values that leadership experience that you bring to the table. They're also looking for a distribution supervisor in Salina, Kansas. So think this is purchasing, supply chain, logistics. This one's going to be a Wednesday through Sunday shift. Do you want somebody with an associate's degree or that equivalent experience? So again, somebody that has that logistics, supply chain experience, the purchasing, distribution, quality assurance and manufacturing environment. These are going to be very high demand qualities and just general traits that you bring to the table coming out of the military. So again, if you're interested in any of those, you can go to the HireMilitary.us, and they're going to be at the top of the screen there because they're brand new. Or just put in the comments that you're interested in any of those positions in Kansas or Oklahoma. The last one I have, legitimately just clicked publish, post live about 10 minutes before we started this. A company in Sarasota, Florida. So beautiful, right on the coast, looking for a logistics specialist. You're designing boats and yachts. I don't know if there's a cooler job out there besides a HireMilitary recruiter, but you want to be able to work on boats, building boats, and be responsible for things like that. You start off as a logistics specialist. You're coordinating with dealers, picking up the boats, coordinating all the loading. They're looking for somebody really personal, professional, good communication skills. This is very independent. You report to their VP of materials, and you're on your own. So somebody that's very initiative driven. There is a lot of opportunity for promotion within the company into those production leadership positions, management, team leaders. And the great thing about this, if you're transitioning from the military, you're on active duty right now, this can also be a skill bridge. It's something they're open to. So if you're getting out of the military looking to go to that general area, it's just kind of south of Tampa, let us know. It can be a skill bridge opportunity or direct hire. But, if you have that logistics background, you think you'd be a good fit, let us know, or just go on to HireMilitary.us and apply. Those are the different ones I have in Sarasota, Florida, Salina, Kansas, Stillwell, Oklahoma, and then Warren, Ohio. Lucy, I'll turn it over to you to finish up with some of the jobs that you have.
And I just have a couple more. Thank you so much, Matt. There's been huge amounts of interest in some of these roles already. The final ones that I have, executive assistant in the DC metro area. Now, this is a remote position. It's part-time, so 20 hours a week. But they are our client's specifically looking for somebody who lives in the DC metro area, because every now and again, let's say once a quarter, there will be the expectation that you will go into the office to help with a conference or help with programs or projects. This is an amazing role for somebody who perhaps has been out of work for a while, is looking to dip their toe back in again, can only commit to part-time, so 20 hours a week, fully flexible, It's working for a nonprofit in the special education space, and we absolutely adore them. They specifically, even though the title is EA, it really is executive assistant in the kind of person of all trades situation. It's not secretarial, it's not admin. It will be supporting on program, project management, conference management, events organizing. So you name it, our client is looking for a right-hand person to help her out. In addition, and finally, new roles again from me, just in, they haven't been posted. They're with a new client of ours who is actually based in Scotland, but they supply gas generators all across the US. They are specifically looking for military veterans or transitioning service members for their field service engineer roles. Now, they have 3 locations at the moment. Oklahoma, and that can be anywhere in Oklahoma. The Bay Area in California, so that's San Francisco Bay Area, and also Madison, Wisconsin. And these are field service engineer roles supporting and troubleshooting the mechanics behind the gas generators. They aren't looking for any specific experience. They are looking for somebody who is technically minded, who has that military initiative and style around them. Somebody with maybe electro engineering experience, but really just more who is useful with their hands. They don't have any qualifiers or qualifications at all, because they're looking for the right person with the right capacity and attitude and aptitude, rather than a resume full of experience. And I absolutely adored them when I met with them. They've got an amazing training program. And specifically for the Bay Area, there is an additional, the salary is increased compared to the other areas. And that's a really important thing to share as well. Every role that we work on here at HireMilitary, we share and have the salaries visible on our website. So that's really important for us to be able to share that with you, because we endeavor to work with partners that provide meaningful employment in the marketplace, not just a job. And so in order for you to know exactly what you're getting into, what you're applying to, we love to share that information as well as the benefits that they offer as well. So we have had a couple of questions, and we do have something we want to chat with you about today. So I'm just going to answer the questions first of all. First and foremost, Heather asked, and I know that Edmund did help with this response. She said, for these roles that we've been talking about today, do we recommend, and Amber, I'm going to ask you to answer this, do we recommend using a government style resume or a civilian style one?
Civilian. Yep. We are working with companies that are in the civilian sector. And if you only have that federal version, there's definitely a little bit of research that you can do to get that transferred over to a civilian sector resume, but we do want a civilian style, if you will.
And tell us just very quickly, Cliff's Notes, what's the difference in length between a civilian and a federal?
Yeah, great question. The length, of course. We don't need to know the supervisor. We don't need to know the hours that you worked per week. And the length, I'll go a length 3 times.
So a civilian one, really, for us, we recommend no more than 2 pages, and it really should be a snapshot of your career history. It does not need to be War and Peace. Second of all, Tristan asked, do we have any skill bridge opportunities for IT or cybersecurity? Buff, what say you to this one?
Yes.
Okay.
Some involve no clearances at all. Some have top secret clearance with a poly. So please get with myself. Put in my name in the chat, and I will directly connect with you. And then I'll send you how to register on our site, and then also a Calendly invite so you can get on our calendars and talk about it. So yes, there's tons of roles, some remote and some on site.
Okay, thank you. Matt, Christian's just asked, does HireMilitary have any paid apprenticeship opportunities?
Unfortunately, we do not have paid apprenticeship opportunities. Again, these are unpaid. It's a skill bridge program, so you're still getting your DoD pay and benefits. So you're transitioning on military. You're not getting paid by the company. We do not have any. I know there's some organizations out there that have paid internship, apprenticeship programs that are out there. One of the cool things that I learned yesterday, went to an education office at a local college. I transfer my education benefits to my kids. So I technically don't have my GI Bill benefits anymore. I can pull it from them, but I don't want to do that. Chapter 31 of the VA. It's an employment program, but if you need certifications, you need any type of education to reach your employment goals, the VA will cover it. I know there are certain things that might be disability related, but if you look up Chapter 31 benefits for the VA, it explains all that. Like if you need $800 for a knife set for culinary training, they will pay for it. Like that was the example they gave me. I didn't make that up. I'm not that creative, but they will help you achieve your employment goals by conducting the training that you need. It's a great opportunity. There's lots of state and school benefits depending on where you live. You just got to do a little bit of research on it. I think Hire Our Heroes has some paid ones. I'm not really sure, but there's some other ones out there.
Thank you for sharing that. So what we wanted to talk about today was the need for a resume when you are applying to SkillBridge opportunities. So we had a candidate, a transitioning service member who is still on active duty at the moment, question the need for that. And, it's not something that we've really ever questioned ourselves because it's what we've always done. But we felt like because somebody had the question, we are sure that other people will want to know as well why there is the requirement for having a prepared resume when you're applying to SkillBridge opportunities. So Matt and Before are going to have that conversation now. I'm going to kick off with Matt. So you tell us your opinion and your perspective, Matt.
All right. Thanks, Lucy. Yeah. So the resume, I was coming out of the Marine Corps. I didn't have a good resume. I mean, I haven't touched it in a long time, but it's something that really highlights what you're capable of doing and the value you're going to provide to an organization. For us and the companies that we partner with, there's a high probability of employment. The goal is to bring you on for employment. So it's essentially a job interview, going in for a job interview to get this internship, to get a job. It's the same process. They want to know you have the right background that they're looking for. If they need certain education, they need to see those things. Yes, the SkillBridge program, filling that gap, building that bridge between active duty and the civilian world and giving you certain skills, conducting any type of training you may need to be successful before you get hired on. However, they still want to make sure that you have the right background that you're looking for. I was an infantry guy. I'm not going to apply for cybersecurity. I'm going to submit a resume that's not going to highlight any of that because I don't have the experience. They're going to want to see these things, at least some sort of background that's transferable. But also, you submit a resume for a SkillBridge. If somebody sends me a resume, like, here's my resume for this position, I'm like, hey, this isn't the right fit. Or I'm going to say, hey, we need to work on tailoring this to match it a little bit more. And we can coach you along the way to give you a better product for when you're applying for jobs as you get closer to your end of service date. So it's another opportunity to get your foot in the door, get your feet wet for, resume writing and things like that. But it's very important to have something prepared. A lot of organizations are going to do it. You Hiring Our Heroes, you submit something for that, you have to submit a resume. Any program I know of, there's a lot of SkillBridge programs, independent ones where it's certification based. So you might not need a resume, but you're going to need a resume for that job that you apply for after you've obtained the skills if it's a certification SkillBridge. So it's important to have something ready on hand to be able to submit, tailor it a little bit if you need to, then submit it. So that's my take on it. Before I'll hand it over to you to give your opinion on things.
I don't want to go over time. I'll keep it short and sweet. Some of us in the Army, we call it a COP, a common operational picture, right? A brief overview of what you've got. When you register on our site, we ask what your ETS date is, your end of service date. We ask your availability date. We ask for your phone number, your email, and a resume. It's really fast. And that resume gives us that COP, that operational picture to help find a job suitable for you. Right now, I'm looking at my screen. I have 102 vacancies. If I have a resume on there, I can see opportunities for you. If I don't have a resume on there, I can't see the operational picture. That's all I have.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Thank you so much, guys. That was really helpful. There's no further questions apart from the usual in terms of remote opportunities. Yes, we have multiple. Take a look at our website, HireMilitary.us. What I haven't said today is connect with us all on LinkedIn. Between me, Amber, Matt, and Brandy, our other direct hire recruiter, we post jobs every single day. We get new roles in every single day. What is brand new today will literally be, in England, as we would say, fish and chip paper tomorrow. We are constantly moving and evolving. So we want to know what you're looking for. You can register with our talent pool so that we can send you those roles as well, if that's of interest to you, so you can keep abreast and we can keep you updated. But we will be back here again next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time live to share our newest opportunities. It has been an absolute pleasure to be with you today. Have wonderful afternoons and rest of the weeks. Take care. Bye-bye.